Hello, this is Michael Rapicon, and I'll be presenting my professional growth exercise project where I use Meetup to attend an open house for a coding boot camp, went to an intro meeting for the Pioneer branch of the IEEE, and I'll also show my accounts and use of Stack Overflow and GitHub. For the professional meetup, I went to an open house and campus walkthrough at Coding Dojo, and Coding Dojo is a programming bootcamp aimed to sort of expedite the education process and launch their students and clients' careers right after completion. Some quick info on the when and where of the meetup. Their campus is in Oakland, and they hold these open houses um, every 2 weeks, bi-weekly on Wednesdays, at least until November 12th. One of the presenters was David, and David is the success manager for the Oakland campus. He was also a co-organizer for this meetup. He's originally from New Jersey, but he moved to the Bay Area to use his marketing and advertising skills to help aspiring developers achieve their goals. Another presentation was led by Spiros, and Spiros is an instructor for the Oakland campus. He has 5 years of experience as a full stack software developer and has been an instructor at Coding Dojo since 2014. His presentation went into a little bit about the curriculum, including the three languages that they teach at Coding Dojo, which are Python, Mean, and Java. The agenda for the meetup, after a brief intro and welcoming, was sort of an explanation into what is Coding Dojo. As I said earlier, they're a programming boot camp aimed to sort of expedite the education process, sort of an alternative to college or yeah. So they talked about web development and that's in practice today with the use of uh, Python, Mean, and Java, which are is the languages that they teach, and how their education methodology plays into that. Also, an introduction of the instructors, curriculum, and the team that they have there. So, who I met there, other than the instructors and organizers of the event, I met Michael, another Michael, who is a member of the meetup group and a student in the boot camp. I didn't get his last name. I even looked him up on the meetup page, and his last name wasn't listed. But he was helping with the recruitment process, and I got to talk with him for a minute. And I asked him what are some differences between the boot camp and the college. And what I found most interesting was he noted the biggest difference was the goal between the two. There's just he talked about how there's sort of a fundamental difference where in college some students may take courses to find their passion and may even switch majors several times. Before a boot camp, the goal is to start a career. The students there know what they want to do, and they're able to help them and expedite that process. My overall thoughts. Recently, I've been thinking about enrolling in a boot camp, so I'm glad I finally had the opportunity to take a look inside one and see what they're all about. The meeting was only an hour, and there was a lot of information, so it was a lot to take in all at once. Boot camps and alternatives to college are becoming more and more intriguing as the price of education rises. However, I don't think I would do well in an environment that leans on self-teaching more than a university. Uh, I would definitely use Meetup more, and I would like to go to another Meetup with a different group and explore all the options available that they have. Now, on campus, I went to the IEEE intro meeting, the first meeting of this school year. And IEEE is the Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Uh, the one on campus is the Pioneer branch of the Professional Association. The agenda is listed as we discussed new shirt ideas, Discord, which was unfamiliar to me, but now I'm a user of that. And what intrigued me most was future workshops and field trips that were planned. As you see, some of the workshops are building your own website, build personal RFID business cards, and they also noted that there will be field trips to Google and Apple campuses. And my thoughts on the group was I really enjoyed it, and so much so that I ended up joining after another meeting. I was intrigued by the field trips that were mentioned as a possibility, along with the workshops and subgroups that would be forming. Here's a Stack Overflow question that looks like it could have been posted by myself. If you've never worked with Haskell, the readability and writability can be difficult, so I've been constantly looking up questions to homework on Stack Overflow. And you can see this user is having trouble, and they are trying to, they say, please help me on how to write a check if the list contains even integers and remove them from the list. And this was nearly an exact question that I needed for my programming language concepts course. We're currently learning Haskell and writing short programs in Haskell. And the answer here is simply a use of a built-in list function called filter, but the syntax is tricky, so even with knowing the function, it can be difficult. And here's a screenshot of my GitHub account. GitHub hosts source code repositories for projects, and some of the features that they can be used for free or even professional use. Users are able to pull and commit code from projects, including any documentation such as comments or anything like that. I have used GitHub to host some projects before, but I'm not using it to its full potential, and I will definitely use it more for future projects. So that ends my presentation. I'm glad I was influenced by this project to join IEEE and look forward to using Meetup, GitHub, and of course more Stack Overflow in the future.